Hello, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
We ended on a cliffhanger last week.
Yeah, we did.
Quite the reveal. We were kind of speculating when I forget his name, the monk on the show,
Gianni, maybe? I was
Gianni
just thinking it too. I think it might have been Gianni with an I in it, like Gianni.
or Giannu.
Sorry. Yeah.
Regardless,
Right. He hasn't talked yet, so it's easy to forget his name
yeah, and
until this episode.
we were kind of speculating about it. We're like, when is he going to talk? And sure enough, by the end of the episode, he spoke.
Yeah, but it sounds like he shouldn't be there either, right?
Yes.
Which is like, okay, now there are at least three people, and I kind of explained this at the end. There are at least three people of the four dead people that we kind of
Core
see.
cast.
The core cast,
Yep.
right? Obviously, sans Ted Danson, who's
Sure.
not one of them,
Yep.
um, who don't feel like they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So the way we focused on Chidi in the last episode
Mhm.
and his inability to do things like make decisions
Yep.
or live life makes me think it's going to be all four of them that shouldn't be there. I think
Yeah.
there's going to be a reveal. It's like Chidi's going to realize, because we've set him up to be the moral center of the show, right?
Literally, yeah.
I'm the good
Teaching
person in
morals.
all of these
Teaching ethics, yeah.
bad things you've done.
Yep.
And I think the simple fact that he doesn't have anything to show for his life except this horrible book that he's been working on is going to be a detriment,
The Nathan
right?
Michael
How
Committee.
does he get positive points, because it's a point system,
Yep.
in this good place, to get into heaven doing that? And the answer is, I don't think he did. I think that's going to be a late revealed joke that he got in here by mistake too. Like all four of them are accidentally in heaven. You know what I mean? I don't know how. You kind of made the point that maybe Ted Danson, this being his first time,
Yeah.
Michael, messed up.
I think he did, obviously.
Like there's a setting that's off, right? Like
Yeah.
I put a zero in the wrong place, like Office Space, and that's how these four people are there.
Solid reference, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Office Space. I think you're right, but also I think it goes to show that he really doesn't understand people.
For sure.
Ted Danson does not understand people at all, which is
Yes.
fair. He's not a human being, and one of the themes of the show is, what does it mean to be a person? I guess.
Right.
What does it mean to be a
For
good
sure.
person?
This show's brilliant in that, like,
Yeah.
we're really exploring the idea of what really is a good person and
Yeah.
a bad person. Because of course, in the real world, a point system wouldn't work. There's gray areas.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
100%.
We watch a lot of shows on this channel
Our
about.
protagonists are flawed.
Yeah.
That's what makes them so good.
We-
Prestige television is about flawed protagonists.
We just talked about it on our Crazy Ex-Girlfriend wrap up. We just shot, and this is a really fun follow up to that show because
Rachel Bloom and Don Draper.
Yeah. Anybody on Succession.
Anybody on Succession, right?
But this show's lighter in that way, and look, we've seen Eleanor do terrible things in her real life, but at the same time, she hasn't killed anybody.
Yeah, they're terrible things, like interpersonally
It's
terrible.
more annoying than anything.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like I've seen her be like rude to people on the street and maybe a bad girlfriend.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're a horrible person? Oh, and a bad friend at the bar, right? But does that necessarily mean like
condemn you to hell, you know?
yeah, are you condemning yourself to
Yeah.
torture, deserving torture for those kind of things? And I think those are the questions of the show, right?
Yeah.
What really is a good and bad person? And also, I did want to say, since you brought up Michael, Janet, his tinkering with Janet,
Yeah.
and her performance as the robot that he's
She's
trying
kind of
to
like an embodiment of Lexa almost,
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
I love Janet. Yeah.
She was all over the map. We watched Barry, and
She was great in Barry.
She was great in Barry.
Yeah.
I think she's really gotten a chance to shine so far here, which you wouldn't think from like someone who's supposed to be like a robot.
Yeah.
But she's been able to do some running with that, and I hope that continues all the way through.
Me too.
Because she's kind of delightful.
She's a lot of fun.
She's a lot of fun when she's on screen.
I kind of want to see what scenarios they plug her into. No pun intended. But what scenarios like she's put in on the show, because I feel like it's a great device for a character.
Right.
You can do all kinds of stuff with that.
Anything, right?
Yeah.
She's a walking, talking Google.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you can actually tinker with her settings, like of her emotional settings and her sense of humor settings and stuff like that, which I think you can do so much with.
I was gonna tell you, somebody on Patreon told us, you know how like the frozen yogurt's a thing in the show,
right?
You know what it is? Mashed potatoes.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't complain. I love me some mashed potatoes.
I thought it was so strange. So I'm like, mashed potatoes? They couldn't use frosting or something?
I think you can eat more mashed potatoes than you can eat frosting.
You know what? I get that. I strangely do get that.
Right. It's like they don't need to be pumping that much sugar down themselves. Fair. All right. We do want to go ahead and welcome a couple more Patreon subscribers, guys. Gustavo Brito, Matt Ulrich, and it's Mr. Burrow. Thanks so much and welcome to our Patreon page, guys. We're very happy you're here with us.
I think it's Joe Burrow. I'm
I
kidding.
hope so.
Just
I
kidding.
doubt it.
You get better things to do.
Right.
Well, if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you might hit the like button for us, leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or watching, please check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. Over there, we are at least 4 episodes ahead on every show we're watching versus YouTube. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, we've got the next 4 episodes of The Good Place over there right now for you to check out. So hop on over and do that. It's a good time. You will need to sync and watch along on your own device or streaming service. You're only going to see and hear us. We are also watching 30 Rock right now as a Patreon exclusive.
You're a mistake.
I
just
feel like
me.
we're
Yeah,
about to
I'm
find out
freaking
Cheaty's not
dog.
supposed to
There's
be
so
there.
much stuff
That's
in
what I
my
think.
brain. It's
Yeah.
like my head is filled with rocks.
And you don't seem
Wait,
like
is that a
a
word?
super genius.
Before we start, I know you were a Buddhist monk and kept a vow of silence.
When I say I'm meditating, I'm just trying to figure out what the fork is happening. I think we might be in an alien zoo or on a prank show.
Is your real name Jianyu?
No, it's Jason Mendoza. And by the way, everyone here thinks I'm Taiwanese. I'm Filipino. That's racist.
Tahani said that
fair.
you helped Michael by putting your hand on his chest and doing some sort of healing magic.
Nurse did that to calm me down once when I crashed my jet ski into a manatee.
You
Oh my
crashed your
God.
jet ski into a manatee?
Oh,
What
yeah.
did you do to make money?
Oh, I sold fake drugs to college kids.
Oh my
Oh my God.
Okay, so he might deserve.
He
to
might actually
in
be
a bad
worse
place.
than her. Yeah.
How did you know that I didn't belong here? I don't belong here.
Brilliant powers of
He makes
deduction.
deduction,
Yeah.
Total phony. You're not supposed to be here. Welcome to the bottom of the barrel.
Tahani, one of your fellow residents is opening a new restaurant tonight. This neighborhood could use a real morale boost.
Oh, Michael, say no more.
I wasn't going to. I was done.
I don't know if we've said it before, but I do want to point out that she is distractingly beautiful.
She is.
Just
She's gorgeous.
FYI, yeah.
Tonight, I'm going to select my jauntiest suit, and I may even wear suspenders.
Sorry, we are talking about suspenders, right? Like these.
You could do that without.
She thinks I'm a monk, and she thinks you're her best friend.
Great. I mean, for us, it's a huge bummer for her.
Let me show you my butthole.
What?
What?
I should warn you, it's a little messy.
He said butthole for sure.
He did.
But it didn't sound like
Did
it.
not. Yeah.
Where me and my buds can hang out.
Oh,
my God.
butthole. Okay, now I get it. Like 12-year-old boy meets 13-year-old boy.
Thanks. Janet helped me get all this stuff.
You have to keep pretending to be Tahani's soulmate.
Oh, yeah.
So did he talk to
Yeah.
Janet then?
Chidi is trying to teach me to be a good person, and it's really hard.
I miss being myself. Myself.
Are we going to
is
see
the
any
best.
flashbacks of him? I hope so.
I listened to your demo. You're terrible. Got something better than talent, man. You got my approximate size and weight. I'm supposed to play this club for the rest of the week. I just need somebody to fill in. Put on the helmet, press spacebar on the computer. Those idiots won't know the difference.
Your restaurant opening is going to be the talk of the entire neighborhood.
Thank you for your thoughtfulness and hard work. I could not have done this without you.
I looked at the guest list earlier and Jianyu isn't invited.
But he literally doesn't talk. And since this will be an evening of lively conversation, I didn't want him to feel uncomfortable.
I totally understand. As our Brits are fond of saying, try your best to hide your sadness.
Knowing yourself. Is he talking about what I think he's talking about?
Oh my
No,
God.
Eleanor. David Hume's A Treatise of Human Nature. You read this, right?
I did. I tried to want to. I've befriended Jianyu from next door, and I thought I could learn from him.
That's a great idea. Do you hear music?
That's not music.
It's
That's
EDM.
EDM.
No more pretending. It's time for me to be myself. What's up, homie?
Eleanor? You broke Jianyu.
Oh, take that jersey off, you goofball.
Is that a Blake Bortles
This
jersey?
is not my fault.
How are you, soulmate?
I'm cool.
Did I just hear you say I'm cool?
I don't think so. I don't think that happened.
You've got a whisper in your snicker box. You're both held
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
to regain his confidence as a surprise from
Oh,
me.
wow.
Oh,
That's a-
busted.
So she makes everything about herself.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Let's add Jianyu to the guest list. Chidi and Eleanor have been working with him, and they're good to
This
be
might be a
here.
disaster.
What a great idea. Any place or thing in the universe can be up to 104% perfect. That's how you got Beyonce.
Oh my God. Yeah, believe that.
Bud hole. Okay. Now, tell me everything.
Good callback.
Okay.
We hack into Michael's phone, download all his nudes, and then blackmail him. I came up with hundreds of plans in my life, and only one of them got me killed.
Dude, be quiet.
I want to know what that
You're
was.
not
Yeah.
Jason. You are a monk.
These cheers are fake. They hit my ears like boxing gloves of sadness. I'm Mr. Music, the DJ, and this is a Mr. Music, the DJ original.
This feels like a song you hear at an arcade or something.
It does, doesn't it?
With
Oh.
Michael's help, Chef Patricia has recreated each person's favorite meal on Earth.
Tofu? Oh man, I'm ordering some jalapeno poppers.
Be quiet and eat your white sponge.
According to our files, your favorite meal was the hunger strike you went on.
Like a suspended.
Right.
So dumb. So much dumber than belts. We will be enjoying Chef Patricia's delicious dessert, a stunning 3-tier cake.
It's not case getting destroyed, is it?
It is.
Yeah.
Chekhov's cake.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Why don't we go around the room and share our stories? Who'd like to begin?
I'm gonna tell a story about my real favorite meal.
Which is?
The buffalo wings at Stupid Nick's Wing Dump in Canesville.
We need a distraction. Right the fork now.
Stupid Nick.
No, you.
There it is. Why? Why?
Sinkhole! Everyone out! There's
Oh my God.
You broke the world. It's not a compliment.
And we'll put your soup in the fridge so it won't go to waste.
It was up there. It's real good soup.
I was just about to tell an awesome story about a wing eating contest that I lost and a barfing contest that I won. I should have
Where's your
never pretended
contract?
to be someone else. It could cost me all my dreams in life. You got dreams in life?
Should we start talking like this?
Oh God, please don't.
That Jason Mendoza is a beautiful, unique soul who has so much to give this world.
Portals!
Bortles. He said it. He said Bortles when he threw it.
I know your journey with Jianyu has been frustrating, but your situation is actually very typical. I thought this neighborhood's troubles were behind us. Now I fear the worst.
While you
Fine.
repair the universe, I shall prepare the eggs.
Oh, fanciful wordplay.
Indeed.
Please come to my classroom. I will teach you ethics, like I'm doing with Eleanor.
No, I'm good.
Dude, Chidi is giving you a lifeline right now and you need to take it.
I didn't get into heaven to go to school.
You didn't get into heaven at all, shirt for brains.
I just want to be myself.
He might be the worst person.
I think he's worse than her
I
for
do too.
sure.
I read this entire David Hume book, and then I read it again because I didn't understand it the first time, and now I'm ready to go.
Wow,
Good for
that's
her.
Yeah.
really impressive.
I am here to learn about ethnics.
This is your first step towards not sucking.
And does this school have a prom?
My God.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the smartest kid in class.
It's very true. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the sinkhole's getting bigger.
Right.
Oh no.
Metaphor.
Yeah. Metaphor. You know what? Okay, so that really reminded me of that last little bit where he's like, "Is there a problem? Is there football tryouts?"
Right.
My first day going to college, the JUCO, there was this kid. We were in English class. And the teacher was asking if there was any questions about the class and the courses, and he just raised his hand. He goes, "Yeah, when's spring break?" That was, and the teacher. I can see the teacher's face. She just kept it together, but she was just like, "In spring,
In spring,
in
yes.
spring."
You will not be in this fall class when spring
Yeah.
break happens. My
Oh,
God.
man. That just brought me back to that. That was so funny.
Right. I rescind what I said at the beginning. You know, I said it's pretty clear that Chidi is probably also doesn't belong.
He might-
Now I don't know so much. Now it's
he
like,
might-
okay, he might actually be like the ringleader of decency here
Yeah,
instead. You know,
but he might still be. I mean, obviously he is in jeopardy, but
Right.
it might be a problem later on. The fact that he's helping them.
sure, right. Which means I rescind what I said about I don't think he belongs, and I think that's what they're leading towards. Now I'm much less sure about that.
But then again, maybe not, because he is helping them, and that's what a good person would do.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think he might actually be a genuinely good person, and maybe I'm just saying that because we saw Jason when Jason was alive, and dang, that guy did suck.
It sucked. Yeah, I would not hang out with Jason.
I
would
would
not kick it with him.
I
at all.
wouldn't hang out with Eleanor either.
No,
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
But they call her Eleanor, but it
Eleanor.
definitely looks like Eleanor.
Yeah.
But I think he's worse by a lot.
We did see him blow up a boat.
He blew up a boat.
He sold fake. I don't know if we can say it, but
He sells fake narcotics to college students. And
AJ.
he's he's an idiot.
Yeah. Which isn't necessarily a bad.
No,
thing,
no,
but,
no.
You know,
But he's the kind of idiot that doesn't get consequences at all.
Yes.
When Chidi was like, "I'll help you," and he's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, what don't you understand about your peril right now?
That was a great scene. It's just a slow, dramatic pause. Nah, I'm good.
I'm sure we will find out at some point how he shuffled off this mortal coil, and obviously we have no idea of knowing, but it's going to be something that he did that is incredibly stupid, right?
Yeah. Real quick too, do you think the sinkhole, the last shot of the episode, where she's walking up to it and it's starting to crack by her feet, do you think that's foreshadowing for her reveal?
Yeah,
we're assuming that she's not supposed to be there either,
right? Yeah, I mean she's talking about throwing parties and getting ranked on a Gwyneth Paltrow scale. Yeah. No offense to Gwyneth Paltrow, but there's something really performative about her goodness.
Yeah,
she's definitely a self-centered, aren't I amazing kind of person, right?
It's being broadcast.
It's pretty gross,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, I do think that she is part of the cause of the collapse too, and I think we're going to get that sooner than later.
I want to see who else is not supposed to be there. So I honestly think if it's just these three, or if these three aren't supposed to be there, then there's got to be more.
Maybe that's just kind of the joke as they all end up together, which is why I was thinking Chidi was there too.
Sure. Well, with 7 seasons, I think.
No, I think there's only 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is a shorter show.
Oh, I thought it was 7. I'm sorry.
Because almost every other show we're watching is 7,
fair
right?
enough. A lot of TV shows around here. But I mean, like with that many seasons, I could imagine that there's going to be other people that show up that are not supposed to be there as well.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of why I thought that.
Yeah, I don't know because everyone showed up at once and there's like an orientation, so I don't know if we're going to get more dead people added to it. Right? It seems like it's a you get there all together and you're there all together and that's who's there.
Okay.
Right? Is the sense that I got because there's an orientation. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I think each orientation is for one neighborhood and that's who's there.
What a fun idea.
Right. But I do think we're going to get more people outside of the neighborhood, right? I think there's a bigger universe. I think Michael's screw up is going to give us more characters. I really do. But
non-human characters, like
exactly bureaucrats
in a human body, but they're not.
Right. Exactly. It's going to be not people in heaven characters. Maybe, but I don't feel like we're getting enough of who the characters are.
Yeah, 4 episodes deep, so I mean we're speculating.
Right. I mean maybe, but I would be really surprised if one of the peripheral characters in the neighborhood who don't seem to be very important.
Like Glenn.
Right, yeah, exactly. If one of them becomes a super important character and we also find out they're not supposed to be there, right? Sure. Maybe, but there would have to be some serious arcs happening for that to be a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe in 4 seasons there are. But I do think it's mainly about our 4 characters and Michael for the most part.
Gotcha. I can't help it.
I guess.
I can't help it either, but when we were watching that episode and they gave the favorite meal, I just kept thinking of what my favorite meal would be. What would yours be?
There'd be a big steak.
Yeah, same,
there'd be a big rare steak.
We're basic men with some really
mashed potatoes and gravy.
With mashed potatoes
or a baked potato. But yeah, I know that's lame, but there would be a large steak for sure.
If it's heaven, I want the best mashed potatoes
and cheesecake.
Yeah. Oh yeah, some cheesecake.
I don't need the big chocolate cake that she worked a week on. Just give me some cheesecake.
Be a glass of brown liquor. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic. We're simple men.
Yeah, no brown liquor for me. I'm good, but definitely the steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my guess is we have at least 3 characters that shouldn't be there that are kind of in a group, and the jury's out for me on Chidi.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure he wasn't because I thought it symmetrically makes sense for all 4 of the main characters to not belong there and be in the same boat.
Sure.
But now it's like, well, maybe Chidi's the one good person stuck with this group of 3, and that there's interesting things you can do with that too.
He's gonna have to teach both these people how to be good people.
I think Tahani will eventually be in the class. That's what I think.
That'd be hilarious. The class just keeps expanding.
That's true too. Like half the people there in the class.
He's gonna have to play mother to all these people. That's a lot of fun.
Do you think we get to the point at some point, and I do, but where we understand how this mistake happened? Do you think we get the do we get the explanation, or is it like Liar Liar, where the guy gets magical powers
Out of
out
nowhere.
of a birthday wish with it never getting any type of explanation
It's a
whatsoever?
child wish.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you could, but I'm also okay if they don't. You know,
Right.
I mean, like I am curious to see how that did happen, but if they just didn't want to focus on that, I'd be cool with that too. As long as the show,
Keeps moving in a direction.
yeah, as long as the follow through is good.
I think it will be. I completely trusted 4 episodes in the showrunners to make good decisions as far as where the story's
Michael Schur's a
going.
great showrunner.
Right, absolutely. The show is obviously unique.
Yeah.
It's a sitcom that is covering areas that no sitcom has ever touched. I feel like, in a way that has not been done. But yeah, there's a fun journey going on here, and the beauty of it is I have no way to predict where it's going to go, with the exception of knowing that Tahani is going to be revealed as to not supposed to be. I didn't see it coming with Jianyu, Jason,
Did not
but
see
I
it coming either.
but I definitely see it a mile away with Tahani that she's not supposed to be there in heaven either.
I want to know how it comes out.
Well, for sure,
It's gonna be a lot of fun
because I think that she would be of the three of them. I'm still leaving Chidi out because I'm not sure. But of the three of them, I think she's going to be the toughest person to convince to admit that they're just not a great person.
Right.
For sure, right? And clearly a lot of self-denial going on with her, like a lot
lack
of delusion,
self-awareness.
Yeah, complete delusion there.
And so it'd be kind of funny if she doesn't like realize that she's not supposed to be there. You know what I mean?
Like ever. They have to tell her, and she never accepts it. I can see that actually happening with her. It's like, I don't know what you guys are even talking about. I am obviously amazing, because that's kind of where she is right now. All right, well, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.